Hello, hi. Welcome back to Hands On Talk episode 9. And we are very much happy to have you here with us. And I know on the other episodes you're wondering, like Licky was with Pam. Then later on you saw Pam alone, and later Licky alone. Then right now we are back together here. Yes, so we missed you so much, our people, and also we have guests with us here today. Possibly, maybe Pam, you could also introduce yourself and have an introduction of the guest.
Hi guys, I hope you've been well. I have been perfect since we last met, and I have missed you for a very long time. I hope you've been following our program still. We have very special guests with us, and the topic for today is deaf mental health for deaf men. So, previously, we had a general topic on mental health, but this month, June, we are focusing on mental health for the men. So, we have invited two special guests to join us. One, we have Sheila, who will introduce herself and talk more and explain what she does in mental health and how she's connected with this topic. So she will explain more and more. And also, our second guest, we have Collins, and he will also introduce himself and tell us more about himself. So he is here to share with us the man perspective because I know that he has experienced the challenges that men experience in mental health. He will share more and more with us. So we are very happy to have you with us, to see you again, and we're happy to have this discussion, to learn together, to enjoy this episode together. So I'll hand over to Collins to introduce himself.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pam. Thank you very much, Liki, for welcoming me here today. I'm very, very proud to join you guys. Before I continue, first I want to introduce myself. I'm a deaf person, just like you.
No. Pam is not deaf.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
She's hearing.
I'm a community member. Stop
The
that.
signing.
No. You're able to hear.
Okay.
If you're not able to hear, you could be referred as deaf. But if you are able to hear,
Yeah.
hear.
Okay, thank you very much, Liki, for that support. I just forgot a little, but we are the same in spirit with your sign. So okay, my name is Collins Ogendi, and that is my sign name. But this sign name has deteriorated its fame, and a lot of deaf knows me as this sign Bishop.
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 He's the one.
I stay in Thika, Kiambu, whatever. That is the sign name. So I stay there. Previously, I was working on mortuary as a mortician for a long time. When I was working there, part of that work and really affected my mental health. So I was hoping that some people will invite me so that I can express myself. Because recently, Liki called me and welcomed me so that I can come. I came very fast so that I can join you guys.
Great. Welcome to you, Sheila. A beautiful girl.
Thank
around.
you so much for inviting me today in this program, Mental Health. It's very important topic, this, and it's a very important discussion that we need to have it in the society. And I'm pretty sure that after our discussion, you will be able to get something. I work as a mental health advocate officer, and my name is Sheila. That is my sign name. The reason as to why they gave me this sign is because I love smiling every now and then.
Yeah, you have a very beautiful smile.
I work at an organization called a Girl Network World. And what I do is I'm an advocate for persons with disability, but I'm focusing on mental health issues. As an advocate, you know, there is negative attitudes, there's too much stress, and all this leads to mental health. Specifically, I'm focusing with the deaf community because they have been discriminated. And now we need to make sure that the society visualizes us as part of the community and we are seen as equal. There's no need to discriminate anyone. And also we experience in communication, barrier in communication, and that is exactly
Yes.
what we're talking
Yes.
about.
Yes. Guys, I really do hope before we even start this discussion on mental health, please do not forget to follow us. Okay? Second, comment,
Yes.
like,
Mhm.
because this we need to post more and put more information. Please do not forget this. Let us continue this, and we have more things coming. All right, great. Okay, so right now we're having a program today, which is the theme, and we all know this month of June, every year we celebrate mental
Yes.
health, right?
Mhm.
I know people always post like mental health. We have posts every now and then, but one thing that I've been able to see in the social media, but it does not see or visualize or advocate on the matters deaf. Right? So that is why we invited you for us to have this discussion. So for us to proceed here, I want first you to contribute. What is your opinion, or according to you individually, what is your opinion on the meaning of the word mental health? Can I start with you, Collins?
It's fine. It's fine, no problem. Before I explained the mental health, what is the meaning of the mental health, and how it connects with the deaf people, and also how it connects with the hearing people. A lot of hearing people has the wealth in information.
True.
As the deaf people, if I express myself, I cannot stop. If I can tell something that is not aware, people will think that I'm mad.
You have psychological issues.
Yes.
Just the same way as as those cheap people. But on the deaf side and the hearing side, I think there is a lot of difference on how they view mental health. We have a different understanding on mental health and what is the meaning of mental health. But honestly, for me, mental health is how I behave, is my behaviors,
Can see.
and also how the society views me, and also my emotions. I express my emotions and my behaviors.
Yeah.
That is mental health for me. This doesn't mean that someone is crazy or someone is mad. It is not the meaning of crazy or mad, or that is not a bad word to use when you're explaining mental health. It means the behavior. It depends on the behavior,
Yes.
how you socialize, and that is it on my view.
What's your opinion, Chi?
All right. In my opinion, on what I know about mental health, is that most people believe that mental health, it's about being mad or psycho, but yeah, being mad.
Mhm.
But that's not the truth. Mental health, it's something that affects our mindset, and it's brought about by probably work. It also affects your emotion and many other things. And this is caused by stress, negative attitude, discrimination. And it depends with your environment and also how people view you or how you interact with people. So mental health and mental illness, they're not the same thing.
Okay.
This is something where you feel you want to express yourself. Probably, let's say, for example, you have a story that you want to tell and you want to inform the society, and the society feels, yeah, this is a great story. And it's a story that can impact people. So that means you have self-confidence. And people need to understand that mental health, you do not fear. But also, you need to remember it is affected by your environment. So mental illness, This is whereby you find that you have too much stress. You don't want to interact with anyone. You just want to isolate yourself. And that might affect you in a bigger way. And that is where we dub it as mental disability.
Mental disability, a new word that is coming
Yeah. You might feel that this is not normal.
to me.
Interacting, it's quite different. And I feel that when you're talking about the two, you need to know the difference. You need to know that there is difference. And we should not discriminate anybody. We have to work together.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful point. And the words which you've memorized, I think I'm going to be a student very soon.
Oh, you're welcome. You're
do you
welcome. I'm ready
register?
to teach you.
Yeah, so soon I will register. You have in-depth knowledge. Okay, Pam, do you have something to say about mental health?
Yes, I do. Maybe I can add to what she said and say that both of you are right, but we also need to think about mental health in this perspective that we have good mental health and we have bad mental health. So there are two ways you can describe mental health. So mental health is like on a scale, like it exists on a scale from, let's say, 0 to 100. Yeah.
Okay.
So you need to know where you are. You need to assess yourself and understand yourself. How do you resolve stress when you're in a high stress situation? How do you manage your mental health? Then you can know if you have good or
Very
bad
true.
mental health. If you have good mental health, it means that you can address your problems whenever you're experiencing challenges, because challenges are a normal part of
And
life.
in life, the challenges is a must.
That's
Yes,
true.
and we cannot avoid them. Challenges are a must. So when you are having a problem, for example, you have no work, maybe you're stressed at home, maybe you don't have food, how do you resolve this stress? Then you can measure yourself and know if you have good or bad mental health.
Okay. Truly, before I thought like a person who just runs randomly in town, they have mental problems. Or is that positive or negative?
I wouldn't know. I think they know
Wait,
better.
I think I'll say some. We can say that is negative, and it doesn't mean that that is bad. We have some people who have mental disorders, and this can happen after people have rejected you, they have avoided you, and you feel like you have given up in life, and probably you might find yourself running up and down. So there is variation. You will find someone running up and down, and you feel like there's no unity, probably. That is why this person is feeling like that. There's a lot of challenges that are affecting your mind. And I think that is how we can address it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Nikki?
right. I have a question. Yes. Okay. We have seen, we have gotten different descriptions about mental health, but there's one thing that I got that it focuses on the behavior of a person, and how someone expresses themselves and how they feel. It affects how they think. Whether it can even affect them when it comes to life, right?
Yeah.
That's what I got from you. But now, for example, I leaky, right? Sometimes you said like it's about expression. For example, if I love expressing myself, in the community, I interact very well, and later on, I decide to become a quiet person. How do I know if this person has a mental issue or mental health issue, or if this person has changed? How can I know that?
Okay. So you see, in mental health, we must understand that there's the behavior before, like you suggested, that people are different.
Yes.
Some people are quiet, some people are very expressive, they're very active even in the way they sign. So if before I was very aggressive, I was very active, then later on you see that has stopped and I'm becoming isolated and quiet, then it means there's a problem. Because before maybe I was a quiet person, but now I'm aggressive and I'm expressing myself too much. Maybe there is a difference and this could be a problem. So how has this change impacted this person? We need to know that this change can signify that something is wrong. Maybe they have a problem and maybe they don't have a problem. You can't just assume that now that they're being aggressive, they have a problem. You have to ask. You need to find out. Ask that person, why has your behavior changed? Do you have a problem? Are you experiencing a challenge?
In addition to what Pam said, that is the same explanation, and I agree. But on the side of the deaf people, sometimes you can be overly expressive, and then you tone it down. We have two differences. One, overly expressive will depend on what are the words that you're using.
Of course.
For example, I can come and meet you and then be very overly expressive when we talk, and then people will be looking at me, so I can tone it down. Meaning, for my side, for within me, we have a lot of things that we can say, but I need to express. But I'm very shy because of how people are viewing me. Secondly, we must know the environment on where we're expressing ourselves. Sometimes we have a lot of official peoples and people we are interacting with. So yes, we cannot be overly expressive. It will be like, yes, I'm fine. So that to avoid all those.
So that is people with the psycho issues or what?
Stress on the deaf people. It is keeping some things inside so that you can revenge.
Oh, so please, deaf people, stop of expressing yourself.
Yes,
That's true. That's true.
On the hearing side, probably meeting you, and we haven't seen each other in a long time, but it has a variation on the deaf people. They can give us problem, but it's a different thing. You can give me something that really affects me, and then I'll keep it. When I meet you next time, it will be on a bad expression. Yes, I can express badly, but that doesn't mean I'm being mad. So for me, expressing it will reduce our stress, because stress will make me do something dangerous. For the deaf way, signing and expressing ourselves.
Oh, signing.
It just expresses ourselves so that we can release the heart that we have in our hearts.
I get you.
So by expressing ourselves, it reduces our pain that we find in us.
So there's no need to revenge. Like whatever you've done, I do.
So for the deaf people, it will help us so that we can quell down our stress and also our anger.
Okay, and that's okay. Where I get to agree with you is, for example, we have deaf people who we have people sign in different ways, and also it can also talk much about mental health about that person or that person. For example, how that person signs, then you can see another person who signs, vigorously. So we can find like others who have mental issues or not. So okay, if you want to know, we have variations on how people sign. Sometimes there are people who sign smoothly, but the others who are vigorous and said, yesterday I saw the lorry, and I ate, fish, and they were like on the table, vigorously. So, but what do we see here? We see that people are signing in different ways. So sometimes people do think that the deaf people have mental issues, but for sure, there's no mental health issue right here. It's just how the person signs, right?
Very true.
Yeah.
That is the personality. So you get me. So how can we as a community try to advise the hearing community that this is not a mental health problem or issue? Because the perspective of the hearing is very different.
Sure, they think you're angry. They say deaf people are angry.
Yeah, they think like, the deaf people love signing vigorously, so they have an issue, just because of how they sign. So let me encourage you, hearing people. Whenever you see deaf people signing, boldly and vigorously, they don't have a mental issue problem. Please, please, please. If you don't get them, and if you don't understand what is being said, go learn, and you get a solution for that, and change your perspective. You join our sign language school, right? Okay. Okay, on to the next. All right. Right now, we have talked about mental health issue in general. Let us focus on the deaf community right now.
Yeah.
Let us dive into that. And what are the common challenges that all deaf people face in the community? The common challenge. What is the common challenge? What is your opinion? Or according to the deaf, For example, specifically towards men. Men face a lot of challenges, right? Mental health. Like, what are they?
Thank you, Liki, for that question. On our side, I see most of the deaf, they have challenges in Kenya. A lot of it, firstly, we have to understand clearly what is the meaning of the mental health.
Yeah,
Because they don't know.
must have information.
I agree with you.
Yes,
True.
that's true.
Secondly, on the side of the deaf men, we want to express ourselves so that some people can come and help us to quell our stress. But who is that? Many deaf people in the deaf community, they don't have a very clear information. Then the deaf community, they're very lonely. They want to express themselves, but they don't get counselors. They don't have help from the counselor.
No counselor.
Deaf, they try to talk and read, but writing, it will take hours. So right there, they get stuck on the communication area. So communication is also a challenge. And also confidentiality. Trusting a deaf person is very hard in the deaf community. And also, deaf want to go to get a counselor, to get counsel, but there is an interpreter. And probably the interpreter is a family member, or they know the family. So they think the confidentiality and from the interpreter, it's not there. So they don't know who to really depend on. So we as deaf people, there is a lot of deaf people. We can get mentorship and counsel, but deaf cannot go because it is hard for the communication. So they just keep it to themselves, or they go to the chief and police so that they can report. But this can be solved within the community. So the solution is just, the chief will just
Chief wants money.
come and give you warning. And also, police, expressing yourself on the police is really hard. So a lot of
That's-
times
I
is
get
really,
agree with you.
is
I
really
get
hard.
agree with you.
Yeah.
So now, in the deaf community, the challenge is who are they informing, and where are they learning, and where are they getting this information. So if you go to the hospital, you enter in the hospital, yes, and there is help, yes, but there is no access to. So that is the confusion that we get. And also on the deaf men group, they believe that mental health, what can you do, and what can you get? So they have tried, but they haven't really gotten anything. So there is no much information about it for the deaf community. Yes, there is an organization for the mental health, but there is no one that specifically focuses on the deaf people. Yeah, that is why deaf men, they just decide to stick with the information and to stick with their own things.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes. Let me add to what you were saying, Colin. So what I have experienced, like many times, like we see in the social media, currently what you see when we discuss about mental health, right, or whenever there's an event about mental health, we have seen, like, also in the news, even after news, right, maybe they want to provide counseling about mental health. When the issue starts, the interpreter disappears.
Well, yeah.
Right? Because their working time is over. Now they disappear. Now other people, speak about the discussions, they explain about mental health. And fine, when it comes to the deaf, where's the accessibility right now? Most people who are psychologists, the professional and specialists, yes, whenever they think about disability, on the part of deaf, they get to forget it. Right? On that issue. People say, like, it's expensive.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. It's
Yeah, that
They
the
feel-
interpreters are expensive.
They say,
Yes.
the interpreter's price, that is impossible. Even whenever we introduce that, like there's an event that happened. Then when I went there, they were shocked that I was deaf. Then they said, "Don't worry, your neighbor will text you, will
No.
provide you text and tell you what is
No,
happening."
that's wrong.
Yeah. Eh. But anyway, my question now, I feel even my power is off.
Yeah.
I feel like it's what if the phone's battery goes off?
Yes. Communication
Right.
ends.
Because I cannot stay there. Then I left. I withdrew myself from that meeting because communication wasn't there, and it was a main event. And I also do agree with what you Colin said, my brother who was speaking. Communication. There's barriers to both genders in the deaf. Even in the family, it happens in the family, in the community, it happens there. The interpreters, we don't get the interpreters there. Whenever you go to even the police stations, the police don't know, how to sign. The parents, they only just get the money and say, God bless you, then. But what I have seen and what I can add is that most men find it very hard to express. Why? Not only deaf, but also generally in the community, we have seen many men people. When it comes to expression, it's very hard. And why? Men feel if I express right now, in future you will use it against me.
Yeah.
It will come back to me.
Yes.
And men feel like another problem. Okay, another problem is on relationship issues with men. Please, baby, please, just express yourself. Please, please, please.
Tell me. Just tell
Please
me.
don't keep it to yourself. Just tell me what's the issue. Then after I inform you, you
Yeah.
later on use it against me in an argument.
Yeah.
Later on. Now, how do men feel? They feel it very hard to express themselves again. So it happens generally, but specifically when it comes to to the hearing, I know on the hearing side it's very easy to communicate with a friend, counselors, because there's availability of them. But now when it comes to deaf, there's communication barrier everywhere. True, Sheila?
Yes.
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 You have something to add, Colin?
Yes,
I have
in
something to
addition,
add too.
for the deaf men, we find it hard to express ourselves because it's just in addition. For example, me as Collins, me as Bishop, deaf believe that I'm not really very much in Jesus in church, and I'm not very. I'm a bishop, yes, but
Jesus
I'm not.
is in you. Jesus is in you.
Yes, and secondly, I'm a famous person in the deaf community. When I advise people on how they go and they live themselves. But in my marriage, we are not equally. I'm a man, and I have to be higher than the woman. So when they give me advice, they feel like they just adding on to my mental health and my stress.
Yeah.
So I feel that I want to express to another man, then I fear that you'll downgrade me. I think
Yes.
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 you'll think
You
that,
know,
that I'm
I'll
very
feel
low.
like you'll feel
I'm
like
trying
who
to
do I
express
express
myself,
myself to?
and then I decide, now Collins is famous, he's known, he's giving advices, but look at him themselves. He's
Failure,
very
total failure.
so
Yes, I agree.
that one will get me abused. So I decide to keep it to myself. So I fear to lose my fame in the community, and
the
also
image.
I just cover my image
You must protect
so that I can keep it. Lastly, probably if I keep it like that, I'll die. So that is what I can say.
Okay, another thing, even whenever you have a lot of money,
Yes,
people always think like, hey,
Yes.
your life is just soft.
life.
Yeah. Hey,
life.
how do you say that you're broke and you have very nice shoes? Even your mental state is okay. You
Very
don't have
true.
this issue. But truly, many deaf people, just to be honest, mental health attacks everyone.
Yes,
everyone.
anyone.
Very true.
I need to add something. I support what all of you have said. And yeah, I agree. We as deaf community as well, we have a very huge challenge and a problem. And this is what we are not united. We always oppose one another. You see, for example, when we want to talk about these issues, you find it's very hard. Maybe I want to support you. Yeah, that's okay. I want to help all of you. We need to be, we might not have the same level of education. But remember, someone else has good skills. You might be good in skills, but in education, a bit. So I believe that if your level of education is higher, you can mentor someone else. But in the deaf community, what's your level of education? Where did you go to the university? That's the question we are asking. So you find there's no unity. Also, let's talk about communication barrier. There is communication barrier indeed. And this now makes us not to be able to access resources or where we can be able to express ourselves. The reason being is there is no enough awareness. There are many, many funded organizations or many events that are happening for mental health. But where are they happening? In the urban areas. You find that in the village or in the remote areas, these parents cannot access the information or they can't communicate. So you find that there is a huge challenge there. And I feel if we need to focus on that, we can solve the problem.
Yeah, I'd like to add my perspective also. I'm a community member. If you try and remove me, we will fight. Whoa, now, come, let's see. Okay, that aside. So, another challenge that I've seen is that many times deaf people struggle with mental health issues because there's a lot of social stigma. Like, for example, if you experience discrimination from when you were young all the way growing up, it can affect your mental health because in every situation, for example, there are barriers.
Yes,
In every
true.
situation,
I
you are
remember.
extremely
That's
stressed.
correct.
In the family, in the society, everywhere you have a challenge. Everywhere you are experiencing barriers. People are assuming you're stupid.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Yes.
So it can make you have a lot of anger. And it can make you have a lot of mental health issues over a very long time.
Very true.
So professionals in the mental health space need to consider people who have a high risk of acquiring mental health problems. People who, for example, their life experience can bring mental health issues. They need to see how they can support these communities to help them at least relieve themselves of this stress.
Yes. I do agree with you.
And also, I feel whenever Pama was talking, it helped me remember something on the deaf community, also on the deaf men. They signed everything and they post a lot of things on KNAD and they won. You, as Luo, you haven't visited your village. So when you die, who will bury you? So deaf people, they don't know the history about the tradition and the culture of their village. So that is where the point of discrimination comes on, because they don't have that access to that information. We currently in Kenya and in the world, if I die right now, we have an option of getting buried and cremated. Now, how do we talk and how do we resolve these issues?
Okay, I do support that. So right now, mental health issues is a burning issue, right?
Yeah.
And I can see deaf people suffering.
Yeah, I see Licky thinking about his life. I can see you there thinking, hey, my life from when I was young.
I thought to be honest, it was an issue which I had before, while I was growing. I thought this meant I never thought about mental issues. But whenever we are having this conversation, I'm merging and relating to everything what was happening. I thought it was me alone, but I can see it's the same. People are experiencing the same. All right. Okay, so right now, let's say we have this side which belongs to the hearing side, all right? Then we have another side which belongs, let's say it's the deaf side, all right? When we look at both sides and talk about mental health, where is the difference between these two sides? Where's the difference? As for me, what I do think, on the side of the hearing side, they have accessibility to information 24/7, anytime. They have more resources available. They can access anything they want. They have rehabilitation, they have counseling, anything, anytime, anywhere. They can get also counseling online. on the hearing side, they're able to hear anything. For example, via YouTube and whatever, let's say different avenues. Now, when it comes to the side of the deaf, there's communication barrier everywhere. All right? Second thing, accessibility to resources is not there.
That's true.
Yes. Then that thing is whenever the deaf are trying to access even online services of counseling, there is no interpreter. What I do think, inclusion to the deaf sides, what could be mostly contribute to these barriers is communication. This is the huge barrier. For example, if we could have sign language provided, it could make it accessible.
Yeah, true.
When we have interpreters. So that is now my opinion, and I see that's where the difference is.
Okay, in addition to the hearing community, the social life of the hearing group and the deaf group, they're very different. When hearing community, if they feel stressed and someone is bringing them problem, they can cut them off forever so that they can be peaceful.
Cutting off, any deleting.
Yes, done with you.
For the deaf people, there is no cutting off forever. You cannot be enemies forever.
The community is small. You can meet anytime.
Secondly, the revenge, you just keep it in the heart. They don't know how to keep it in the heart. You just say like, these 1, 2, 3 deaf, you can cut them forever, but shortly you meet them in the for tea. Mundezenda koti, but you cannot be enemies forever. So that is the deaf way. And I believe this the point of communication. It is not communication, yes. It is there, yes. But in the deaf community, there is a lot of organizations that are very selfish. And the selfish comes in this way. For example, Pam, you can find resources and funds to support the deaf community for mental health, so that you can get mentorship. But you choose your friends who are just fairly stressed.
Yeah, they don't really have problems.
Yes.
I agree.
You just call them so that you can praise the Lord, so that you can get the money. That is the favorism from the deaf community. And you leave a lot of people in the society and the community who have the mental health that can lead to death. And that is discrimination and selfishness. So we must mentor and also explain the organizations that the one that has get funding. Please let us behave like hearing community. So to welcome everyone so that they can learn. Then they can continue with their life. But for the deaf community, the selfishness, it makes deaf becomes more mental. It brings more mental health, and it causes two disability, mental health and disability themselves. So let us remove the selfishness. Let us work and to make the impact, to bring the impact in the community. If there is any gossip, any revenge, let us keep it aside so that we can have a community and the unity in the deaf, in the deaf community. I hope that is clear.
Yeah, it's very clear.
Yes, and this is more than true.
Yes.
And I do agree with you.
Lastly, at the same time, in the deaf community and in the hearing group, they have stress, yes. They can, in their family, if they have a problem in the family, the hearing group can be quiet. But for the deaf community, is different. When you have a wife and he brings you problem, they don't think, as the deaf people, they don't think about the solution. And how will they solve the issue? Who has really mentored them? Where is the impact? They just add it to the fire. They keep it, they keep it in the heart. When they meet, the fire comes up. and they share in the main community about their exes and all that everything that has happened recently. So I believe that will bring a lot of fuel and a lot of things in the mental health. So we have to manage and control our feelings, and also show them what to act on and what to avoid, just like the hearing way. Let us remove the selfishness. Secondly, let us manage and help the deaf to learn so that they can live their lives simply.
That's very important.
So so that they can reduce the mental health problems. So that is my 2 points.
I support you. About selfishness and how we're trying to manage this stress, I support you 100%.
Thank you.
But we have an issue with the deaf community. We're not ready to learn. Is it true?
The allowance.
Like that.
Yeah.
They want money. That's true.
Sometimes you would ask these people, come for a conference, and they'll be like, this
How much?
lunch.
Is there lunch, boy?
What
So
is
you
the
say,
allowance?
when are they going to learn then? Forget about that.
You deaf people, you.
How are we going to manage this? And also, how are we going to reduce these issues? How are we going to reduce mental health issues? We need, for example, now, I know we do not have a center where we have specifically for the deaf persons where they can come and learn and get to understand more about mental health. But I think we need to understand that also in the community, in the hearing community, they have a lot of these events happening. And I think that is where we get stuck as the deaf community. Because number one, we do not have we do not have counselors who understand sign language. We do not have resources. You'll find that in other organizations, they have the events, and whenever you want to partner with them, they will be asking you questions.
What is your
What are you
contribution?
coming to do? And also you find that this makes them to refrain or become reluctant, and that is where we're left behind.
I agree with you.
Left behind.
And also, in addition, when the deaf, they see that an organization, they have funding or they don't have the funding, they feel like they need to encourage the deaf so that the mental health issues can come down. So deaf men, they also need to volunteer and express themselves. It's not like 100% you offer volunteer service just like the church. You end up the church, you pray, and then you come out. You volunteer in the church and then you go out. So we just need to learn new things. And again, don't just complain about the volunteering and about the money. You cannot use that money to learn. So as deaf people, let us stop complaining. We have everything in social media. There is no interpreter. There is nothing. So let us offer ourselves. And also volunteering is also expensive. So let us come and learn. And I support you 1.2 million %.
Oh, okay. But also know on the area about events. Yes, you talked about Sheila. You said the deaf people inquiring about if there's transport and lunch. But also on the hearing side, okay, we all know on the deaf side we have economic issues, right? We have people, we have many deaf people who mostly are struggling and hustling somewhere. But the problem which I have with the hearing events, right, which we have, or the events which we have, they charge very much that even a deaf person cannot be able to access. They are stranded. For example, they say 2,500 per session, right? Or say 5,000 per session. They say like if you want to get this facilitator or someone who will assist in mental health, you need to pay 5,000. But the question is, where will this deaf person get this 5,000? Okay. Yes. And when we say, they always say, well, like we provide sign language interpreter, but now what about the church? Right? And how can a deaf person be able to attend this? All right. And also another thing, they always say that we have free psychological counseling and there's interpretation, but let us look on the quality. Is there quality?
No, it's not very
of signing? some always meet even the deaf and say, I don't know, I can't, I don't know about them. You find on the deaf side there's struggle and they're stranded. So it's not all about coming to events, right? I know people might ask, the deaf mostly might ask, is there fair transport, is there lunch? Because I'm leaving my job, I hope that there's something there, right? And also that happens also on the hearing side. It happens the same also to the deaf side. So this organization that hosts events, the charges are usually expensive.
Can I tell you something? Let's talk about accessibility, the charges that are done in the conferences. There's so many conferences that you can attend as a participant. I know free of charge, about 80%. But the problem is, we as the deaf community, we always have an issue with unity. For example, I might inform you, but then you find someone else is jealous about it. And they will refuse. For example, you, Lakey, you're famous, you're known, you have a program about mental health. And I needed to invite you. Then I will see it and then I'll be like, you did that, you invited this, you did a lot of things, but then there's a lot that happens and you find that some may feel bad. For example, let's talk about selfish. You see, selfish.
Oh,
those who
at
are
least you
famous.
have talked about selfish, because I had a bullet
Yes.
that was ready to strike you. I already cocked my bullet very ready in my mind, and it was ready cocked because you talked and said that we have many. You talked about percentage, but at least you have added selfish in that. Okay.
Yeah, like I just said, you will find that we have some people who have these opportunities, but they are creating barriers for the rest. These people, what they do is they will hear there's an event. There are events there. There's so many. Some are charging, okay, fine. The hearing community will buy the tickets, but you will find that we as the deaf community, sometimes we are given an opportunity to attend free. So I need to bring these people also to attend and participate and get to learn. But you will find that I'm blocking them. I don't want them to also get the opportunity. And do you think they're going to learn? Do you think they're going to understand? That is the barrier that I'm talking about. So if we keep talking about the charges, the accessibility, not all of them that are charging. There are others which are free of charge. There are others where you will find they're charging, yes, but as a deaf community, we are actually also allowed to attend for free. And you see, these people want to know, how do deaf community manage their stress? How do they deal with this mental health? And if we stop being selfish, then I'm sure we are going to get
deaf
far.
people, please.
Wow.
And
see
also-
this.
Wow.
And also, in addition, I feel on the same concern on that issue. Deaf, they want the money and the fare. A while ago, we were very stuck, but we think the technology that has really come up.
Technology.
The technology.
Pam has studied as a counselor, as a mentor, and also Sheila. If a deaf person is called and there is a lot of money to cost and implication is happening, if someone is talking, the deaf cannot really understand. So on the inclusion part, they can teach about psychology and the science so that the deaf people can really access.
Oh, good idea.
So just like the Bible, the mental health, they can come up with an app so that people can access this information online or else on YouTube. If you can know what to have to do if your wife has slapped you and everything has happened. So if a wife has slapped you, you better go and buy some nyama and come back so that you can talk it out and solve the issues. We have a lot of things on social media. Don't worry about the cost, about the money now. Let me tell you the truth. If there is a program like that has been launched, we as Kenya Deaf of 2 million, we can embrace that program.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It
hold
would be
on.
very helpful also.
In addition to that, Uh, we talked about deaf people being reluctant. And also, you find that most of the time they do not have confidence to attend these events.
Yes,
So I think we should be able to volunteer for networking purposes. Just come, learn, get to see what is happening, and you will find out that also the deaf people can do it, and this will build upon their confidence.
Oh, this is a very brilliant. Oh, thank you very much for your contribution. It's really hot, right?
Yes, motto.
On the
Hot
deaf
show.
side. Hey, now you can see hands on talk. Or has fire blazers right there, right? It's because it's a hot show. If you're going to miss this, you're going to miss a lot.
Yes. Collins is talking about 2 million viewers. What are the
Hey,
2
Bwana,
million?
you
I'm
follow
looking
Bwana.
at our
Where are the
YouTube,
2 follow
and we
Bwana.
only have 100 subscribers. Where are the 2 million?
Hey, guys, please, man. 2 million, come on.
Come.
All right, okay. Let me proceed. Okay, what are some of the solutions that we can do in order to support mental health in the deaf community, specifically on men?
Before that question, I think, what if, on your idea, let me put an addition so that the deaf people can talk, can look at me. We've talked about mental health, but what is the causes of the mental health? What is the cause? I think from this cause we can merge it so that we can get a solution. Because right now we are talking about solution, but what has brought this mental health? So that is what we can talk about. What are the causes? What are the causes so that the deaf people can really know what are the causes of mental health? So that is my
all
concern.
right. Let me go to Sheila Collins. Sheila,
1-1. What are the causes of mental health?
what are the causes?
The first one, I think it's relationship situation.
True. You have a relationship issue.
But that's true. Yes, I agree. Yeah, that is true. There's no way I can say no. I have already experienced that.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that is why when I said hello, you were looking down.
Hey!
I thought you
Yes,
meant
I
men.
want to look at you.
That is why I said hello, and you were very shy. It's like, I don't know.
I agree with you. That's
Oh,
honest.
I was shocked. Okay.
Very honest. I'm very honest, and it's fine. Okay. I said first, it's a relationship situation. The second one, it's attitude from the society. And the third one is discrimination and stigma. About relationship, how does this cause? Let's talk about it. How does it cause? It depends. I don't want to say that all relationships are bad and they bring stress. No, it depends. You will find sometime, normally in a relationship, you may meet with wrong number. You may meet with right number. Depends.
Hey, my deaf people. When you say wrong number, right number, it's not mathematics, yes? Please, a wrong number means a wrong person. The right number means the right person.
Yes,
all
the
right?
right
It's
person,
not mathematics topic here, all right? It's not 1 + 1 or wrong 1, wrong 2. All right?
So, in this situation is, as I said, you might meet the wrong partner who might make you feel stressed. Specifically, where both of you might misunderstand each other. You might not agree. You might agree. And how does this happen? In the relationships out there, I said it depends. Maybe this person does not understand you. You can't force someone to change. You just let them do it themselves. So you can't force.
Yeah.
True.
If
You
it's
can't
impossible,
force.
just leave.
Yeah. So when you're trying to force this thing, it might make you feel stressed.
Yes.
So you feel like every time you're trying to talk, you're trying to change this person, but this person is not ready to change. What do? I feel stressed. I truly want you. I want you. I am so ready. But this person is not ready to change. So you find out that you're stressed and you might experience some issues. What did I talk about? What was the second thing?
About family discrimination.
Oh, yeah,
something like that.
discrimination. you find in the deaf community, there's a lot of communication barrier, and it's a huge challenge. And because we're experiencing this, you find that some deaf people do not want to get involved in the family issues. You're trying, but it's not working. The
able,
communication barrier is a huge problem, and you feel stressed, especially when you don't communicate with anyone. But I feel this is very minimal. Why? You should learn sign language. I wonder why in this country people are not interested in learning sign language. I wonder why.
Yeah.
So we can resolve this. And the family also, the family of the deaf person should also learn sign language. Sometimes you feel like you're not important, you feel left behind, you feel
Like you're not
discriminated.
Yeah, they feel like
Yeah.
this is like an issue which is
So
being brought
you
back
feel, family discrimination, and you feel you're not equal with the rest. You feel
Mm.
you're not part of the society. Let's talk about stigma. We have different attitudes. Sometimes you like someone, you feel that they're different. An issue might erupt, and you're trying to maybe come up with a solution, but then these people are judging you, and you feel stressed, you can't fathom. Yeah, I think that is the reason.
One thing that I can really add, economy, right?